Hi, everybody. Thanks for being here, and thank goodness it's Friday. It's also the 10th day of January, a day with a little warm air and a little rain in place, a trend that will take us into tomorrow. But I suspect we'll see at least part of your Saturday dry up, and then a really nice end to your weekend. All this before another return to some wintry weather next week. We'll get to that part of the forecast slowly but surely. On tonight's program, the Magafa County Health Department wants you to take some time over the course of the weekend or early next week, only a moment or two, to fill out an anonymous but very helpful survey. Your opinions about what we need as far as health care and concerns are here in Magafa County. We'll also talk with the State Department of Transportation in regards to the next public meeting in just a few days in Magafa County concerning the four-laning project of what we refer to as Restaurant Row here in Salyersville. And a Magafa County man that was jailed on charges of murdering his stepfather, also a Magafa County deputy jailer, was released from custody over the course of the holidays. We'll tell you where he is at this hour, as far as we know. Basketball scores, highlights, and other details before we leave you for the weekend. We've confirmed that there was a double fatality yesterday afternoon in the community of Mouthcard in Pike County. It was a two-vehicle auto accident involving a tractor-trailer. Kentucky State Police has confirmed that the tractor-trailer itself was traveling north on Kentucky Route 1499 when another vehicle crossed the center line, striking the large vehicle. 31-year-old Crystal Reynolds of Phyllis, Kentucky, was identified as the operator of the passenger car. Alongside her, a passenger identified as 32-year-old Tanya Blankenship of West Virginia. Neither of the two females were wearing a seatbelt, and both were pronounced dead at the scene. Kentucky State Police confirms that their investigation is ongoing. The truck's driver was not seriously injured. Well, let's get right to one of our top stories this evening. Residents of Magafa County are invited and encouraged to attend a public informational meeting to discuss the project to improve parts of US 460 between the Mountain Parkway and Kentucky 114 in Salyersville. We commonly refer to it as Restaurant Row. H.B. Elkins of the Kentucky Transportation Cabinet reaffirmed for me today that there are three active projects to some degree, with no one of them having a specific start or completion date, all pending legislation and funding in the current General Assembly. One being the old toll booth area, about 2 to 3 miles in that particular section of widening and straightening out, and also the addition of an exit there at what will become the Magafa County Industrial Park. Another, the last 1 to 1.5 miles of the Mountain Parkway to end at the junction of the Mountain Parkway and Kentucky Route 7. That will also include a new bridge to be constructed in this area. And then what we have come to refer to as Restaurant Row, which will be the focus of the next public meeting, one of several they've had over the past couple of years. This one's set for Thursday, the 23rd of this month, for 2 hours beginning at 5 at the Magafa County High School, where the state plans to lay out the plans they have in regards to the four-laning that will go right through this part of Salyersville.
This obviously is part of the wider goal of building a four-lane highway all the way from Campton to Prestonsburg, and this is, of course, part of that corridor. We did have a meeting a couple of years ago where we outlined some various alternatives that were under consideration, and we took public input, and the purpose of this meeting is going to be to show our final alternative, to tell the public what we've decided, to let people know what properties will be affected, to give the property owners an idea of how the right-of-way acquisition process will work, and just bring everybody up to speed on where we are on this. Obviously, this is something that's not going to go to construction immediately. Have to continue to seek funding and let the project out for bids. But this is just another step in the public information process, just to let the people know what properties will be impacted and what the plans are for the widening of the road there.
So, how important is it that the interested persons are at this meeting on their behalf?
Well, it would be, it would be in everybody's interest if they own property along the route, or if they are frequent users of the highway, to attend just to see what the plans are and what properties will be affected, especially those who own property or operate businesses there to see just what we'll have to acquire and to get some information on the right-of-way acquisition process, how that will work.
I had asked Jason Blackburn just before speaking with you if there was any graphics or maps or anything that I could use for tonight's program, and he said that you guys wouldn't have those in hand till next week. But just, I guess from your opinion basis, is it something that you guys are pleased with that's going to be functional for both residents, business owners, and those who travel through McGoffin County in the future?
Absolutely. We took the public's input into consideration when we picked the final alternative. The plans years ago called for Restaurant Row to be bypassed, and we listened to the concerns of the public there, and that's no longer an option. What we decided to do was to widen the existing highway and provide left turn opportunities at signalized intersections there to make sure that there will be access to all the businesses along the route. It's one of those examples where we do listen to the input from the public and take their needs and wants into consideration when we design a highway project.
I know we'll be able to see the plans in their current state when you guys are here on the 23rd. But the only question I had, I guess maybe for now, as far as what they actually are, do they still include, I know one of them included two, and I want to use the word bypass maybe incorrectly, but two frontage roads. There you go. Thank you, sir. Yes.
Would be, yes, that's what we're thinking about there.
And once again, this meeting is going to be on the 23rd, if I'm not mistaken.
Thursday night, the 23rd, from 5 till 7 at McGoffin County High School. It is an open house type of meeting. We'll have the plans, the aerial photos, that type of thing on display for everybody to come in and see. There's really not a formal presentation, but usually around 20 to 30 minutes after the start of the meeting, say around 5:20 or 5:30, someone will make a few remarks about the project and will entertain questions. But basically, anybody that has questions about it can come and speak with Transportation Cabinet personnel, or they can speak with the consultants that we have there, and we can answer their questions at that time.
And again, neither of the three projects which I've outlined, including the one that this next meeting will focus on, have beginning or completion dates, nor the funding technically in place at this point. What to watch for from this point further will be the 6-year highway plan to be passed in the current General Assembly. Legislation will then define exactly what projects will see funding and then, of course, become a reality. It, of course, also helps, we can only assume, that leaders such as Greg Stumbo, Senator Stivers, who is no longer our senator due to redistricting, but still has a sincere interest, I'm sure, in the region, and others will have a sincere interest in it as well, becoming a completed project. I'll be marking that date on our calendar and remind you, if you want to mark it on yours, once again, January the 23rd, 2 hours from 5 to 7 that evening at the McGoffin County High School. I'll be right back. I still don't have the commercial done yet, but just take a look at this one steal. It's the new Blizzard of the Month at your Salyersville Dairy Queen, the Reese's Peanut Butter Cup Pie Blizzard Treat. And that pie on the end of it makes all the difference in the world. It's that famous vanilla creamy soft serve, as well as peanut butter cups, and the pie that's added makes it out of this world, I promise. If candy or peanut butter and chocolate and ice cream or any of all of the above is your thing, this is going to be your new favorite. Blizzard of the Month, that is, so be sure to get yours today and tomorrow, and maybe thereafter, at your Salyersville Dairy Queen. I stopped in to see my friends at Fraser's Prater Drug Seasonal Shop earlier today, and they're working hard on getting everything out for Valentine's Day, something sweet for your sweetie, which means you've only got a little time, very little time left to take advantage of the biggest Christmas sale ever. It only happens once a year, and that's half off everything Christmas, including all those gorgeous trees. And while you're there, check out everything else, something neat for yourself, all the home decor, something for every season, and something for every UK fan in the house, and it's always the season for that. All this and more, only at one place, unlike any other in the region or anywhere else. Fraser's Prater Drugs seasonal shop in downtown Salyersville, just a couple of doors down from Fraser's Prater Drug Store and the Radio Shack. Whether you walk in or it's by appointment, your health and well-being and that of your family is always first at Salyersville Medical Center, where a waiting staff of men's, women's, and pediatric health care providers, along with the support of their team, stand ready to care for you and your entire family with exams, sick and well visits and checkups, labs, physicals, immunizations, and more for all ages, all day, every weekday at Salyersville Medical Center, proudly keeping you healthy and happy since 1996. Happy New Year from everyone at Salyersville Medical Center. The 2014 Terexes are in with a newly redesigned 800cc power plant and a new 2-seat configuration. And the XP1000 is on the ground, 107 horsepower and a world-class suspension, plus Polaris financing as low as 2.99%, 5.99 for up to 72 months. But it's only good till the end of the year at Connolly's, Kawasaki, and Polaris of Paintsville. Check out our daily specials that get even better after 4 p.m. only at your Salyersville Lee's Famous Recipe. Saturday's the day we like it a little hot and spicy with our 20-piece box of wings, only $6.99, or only $5.99 after 4 p.m. Or you can make it a hot and spicy meal deal with 10 wings, your choice of 2 homemade sides and a biscuit, for just $4.69 or $3.99 after 4 o'clock. Only at your Salyersville Lee's Famous Recipe. And Sunday's a day unlike any other day at Lee's with our Sunday special. That's right, chicken and dumplings and cobbler for just $4.49. $3.99 at 4 o'clock. Only at your Salyersville Lee's Famous Recipe. As we get ready to embrace a bright new year, we'd like to take just a moment to wish you and all those you know and love the safest, healthiest, and happiest of New Years. From your home away from home for short-term rehabilitation or long-term nursing care needs, all with a standard of excellence and a tradition of caring. Happy New Year from Salyersville Nursing and Rehabilitation. Two invitations for you tonight, both from the McGoffin County Health Department, both concerning pretty much the same thing. The first is to join them next week on Thursday the 16th from noon till 3:30 at the McGoffin County Health Department facility as they try to determine the specific issues to address and develop a plan for how they can most effectively address the needs to improve the health of our community. To do this, they also invite you and ask you to please go online and complete a very short, brief, and anonymous survey. We covered the community meeting back on November the 20th. It's when they began assessing our community health needs, and from the discussion at the meeting, a survey was developed to capture the entire community's input, especially of those who were not able to attend the meeting. And if you think your opinion's not valuable, well, think again. If you've ever wanted to express your opinion about the health needs or assets that we have even in McGoffin County, now is your opportunity. And it's as simple as going to a couple of places on the internet, and it takes just a moment. You can go to the McGoffin County Health Department's Facebook page. Well, that's pretty self-explanatory. You can find them there by simply, of course, going to McGoffin County Health Department, or you can simply log on to McGoffinCountyHealthDepartment.org. On both pages, both sites, as soon as you log on, you'll find a link right near the center of the page that will take you to the Map McGoffin survey. And once you log on there, it's just a few simple questions about the county you work in, whether or not it's here in McGoffin County or out of the county, your age, your gender, what you think the top health issues that we see, our strengths health-wise in McGoffin County, events that you think may have positive impact. These are all multiple choice questions and answers, and you can also give your own opinions, and it takes just a few moments, and it's all completely anonymous. And they need as much of this information and as many of these surveys filled out as possible to have something to work with when they meet this coming Thursday, once again at noon till 3:30 at the health department. So your invitation is not to just fill out the survey, which they desperately want you to do and hope that you'll take time to do between now and then, but also to come by and be there in person if you'd like to share your thoughts then. But the survey is as simple as going on to Facebook at the McGoffin County Health Department's page or McGoffinCountyHealthDepartment.org. Here's tonight's community calendar brought to you by McGoffin Farm Bureau and your local agent, Doug Green. Just a couple of reminders on this evening's community calendar. The McGoffin County Extension Office has set a date until the end of this month, the 31st, for you to order apple and pear grafting rootstock, and you can get strawberry plant orders in until February the 3rd. You can do so by stopping by or calling the Extension Office at 349-3216. And a reminder that you and everyone who can hear this are invited and welcome to come and enjoy guest speaker Minister Jennifer Wilson of Mount Sterling this evening and tomorrow evening at 7 at the Salyersville Trinity Full Gospel Church on Old Burning Fork Road. And before I wrap up calendar announcements, just a reminder about garbage collection service here real quickly, as they were off, of course, due to the bad weather conditions. Now, if your trash wasn't picked up this week, they're going to pick up excess trash next week. They are also picking up Monday and Tuesday's routes tomorrow. So if you didn't get your garbage collected on Monday and Tuesday due to the terrible weather conditions, well, they're picking it up tomorrow. So put it out tonight or super early in the morning. I suspect they'll be out early to try to make up for those 2 days. And remember, they will be picking up gladly excess garbage next week for all the individuals who, of course, couldn't get their garbage out due to the terrible weather conditions, which are all but history, I'm so glad to say. And this, by the way, is how you get announcements just like these on the program. Anytime you've got one, let us know. Funeral service announcements for this Friday, January 10, brought to you on behalf of McGoffin County Funeral Home and McGoffinCountyFuneralHome.com, where you can go at any time if you ever, other than times of the show, need to find out more about services or obituaries. A listing tonight has been forwarded to us by the McGoffin County Funeral Home. It's in honor of 54-year-old Deborah Lynn Kazee of Danville. She passed away on January the 5th, we're told, the daughter of Mildred DeLong and the late Jess Kazee. Besides her mother, she's survived by sons Raul Douglas and Brian Kazee and daughter Brittany Jordan. Visitation is going to be at the McGoffin County Funeral Home tomorrow morning at 11, 2 hours before the service, which will follow tomorrow afternoon at 1. Burial will occur after services at the Highland Memorial Park at Staffordsville in her honor. Once again, 54-year-old Deborah Lynn Kazee of Danville.
Hi, I'm Don McFarland, and I want to be your family lawyer. Sometimes we all have troubles in our life. And when we do, it's good to have a friend that you can call on and during times of legal trouble. Please give me a call. I have been here my entire life. I was born here, I was raised here, I have a family here, and I've practiced law here since 1994. So if you ever have pain, if you ever have trouble, if you're ever in need, then pick up the phone and call Donald Wayne, 349-9000.
From time and money saving services like their overdraft protection, telephone and online banking services, to finding the right home, college, or car loan, to personalized checking and savings accounts designed around your exact needs, Salyersville National Bank is still your best choice and the same locally owned and operated bank that's been looking out for your family's financial health since 1902. Salyersville National, restoring the piggy bank population one savings at a time.
This is John at Premier Motor Sales in Paintsville. I know everyone out there is not want to spend $400 or $500 a month on a payment on a used car. If you come to Paintsville, that probably ain't going to happen. Because at Premier Motor Sales, we sell quality used cars at a fair price. Here's an example, a 2005 Toyota RAV4. We had it listed for $98.50, just marked it down to $88.50. It's going to be a great payment vehicle. So if you're looking for a good buy on a used car or truck or SUV, come see us. Call us at 297-4121.
Start off the new year with some brand new duds. Regardless of how hard you have to work or how hard you want to play, if you're stepping out or if it's what you're stepping in, Red's Boot Barn has got you covered with work, play, and western boots by Muck, Ariat, Redwind, Blackjack, and more, and winter and western wear by Wrangler, Ariat, Miss Me, Outback, and Carhartt, just to name a few. Happy 2014 from everyone at Red's Boot Barn in Salyersville.
Howdy, Hatfield. I reckon I'll take my pig back.
Ain't your pig.
Yeah, it is.
No, it ain't.
Yeah, it is, and I can prove it. Ma, I just sent a picture of our missing pig. Tell everybody it's time to start feuding.
Oh, for heaven's sake.
I guess ain't gonna be no feud. Real nice picture, though.
We'll put it on Instagram.
Appalachian Wireless is 4G. Great pictures, video, text, and talk. Bigger savings, better service. That's today's Appalachian Wireless.
Faster, friendlier, family-owned Parkway Pharmacy, open 8:30 till 6:30 Monday through Friday in the new McGoffin Medical Plaza under the care of local pharmacist Jesse Rudd. To make Parkway Pharmacy your pharmacy, come by or give us a call at 349-4400. I'll let you draw your own comparison between these next two Kentucky reports before we get to our other top story this evening. First, that of a Kentucky woman identified as Cammie Henson, who was convicted of stealing from not one but two disabled veterans, receiving the maximum jail time allowed by law from a judge today for stealing from at least one of those disabled vets more than $20,000 from his bank account. On the two charges of knowingly exploiting an adult and stealing more than $20,000, she was sentenced to the maximum of 25 years in prison. Meanwhile, next week, U.S. District Judge Gregory Van Tatenhoff will formally sentence former State Agriculture Commissioner and UK basketball star Richie Farmer for the acts that he was accused of during office. He's expected to pay restitution or be ordered to pay restitution to the tune of about $120,000 to the State and Agriculture Department, and then be sentenced to a term of somewhere between 21 and 27 months in prison per the plea agreement reached by Farmer's attorneys and the court. Meanwhile, here in McGoffin County, what stands as an inexplicable and unfathomable act of injustice and defiance of the very laws and system that are put in place to protect us, as well as the mother and wife who feels most betrayed and angered, is the case of Jonathan Watkins of McGoffin County, a man whose mother, Vicki Bloomfield, told me earlier today was on life support as of yesterday. Jonathan Watkins was arrested at his home in August of 2012 after his family said, including his mother Vicki, who was at home at the time, said he entered the room where his stepfather and McGoffin County Deputy Jailer Albert Bloomfield, was at the time, and shot and killed him in cold blood, firing several times into his body. Arrested on the scene by the McGoffin County Sheriff's Department, Watkins would later be charged with murder of a police officer, as well as several counts of wanton endangerment, if memory serves me correct. He ultimately, however, was found in the latter part of 2013 incompetent to stand trial and for his actions, and was turned over to a mental health facility in Hazard, where after only a stint of a few days was released, after no other mental facilities would accept him on a permanent or any other basis. Now, as I understand, through a brief message with his mother earlier today, he was released, and then on January the 2nd, just a few short days ago, admitted after being released the day before Thanksgiving to the Highlands Regional Medical Center, where he was on life support as of yesterday. It was believed that he may have overdosed on some of his psychiatric medications. It was also believed that pneumonia had set in, and circumstances for him were grim at last report. Nevertheless, he was freed from a system which had incarcerated him for charges of cold blood after murdering his stepfather in his own home. Anger for which his mother and the widow of Albert Bloomfield says she is beyond angered for. As for Watkins' condition at this hour and status, I have no other information. Out of respect for Vicki, we have made sure to not be another burden on her. However, she says that when she is ready and able, she will talk to us about the death of her husband and the charges that her son faced and then was released for. For now, we've got a couple of other items of business to wrap up before this evening, and that is just a couple of reminders for sports and then some winter weather after a not-so-bad weekend. Certainly an improvement over the last. And I've got to cut it real short. The only sports reminders are the McGoffin County Lady Hornets, of course, are on the road tonight facing Bell County in the championship of the Wayne Supply Classic at Knott County Central. And they're back at home tomorrow night, yay, where they're hosting Prestonsburg. JV set for 7:30 tomorrow night. For the McGoffin County boys, they're still off until next week on Tuesday. Also, the McGoffin County High School dance team has regionals tomorrow at the Pikeville High School, if I'm not mistaken. I think that's where I'll be. I'm pretty sure somebody's going to have some pictures for you or some video and hopefully some good news for the Lady Hornets or the Hornets dance team as the ladies go to compete next week when I see you on the news. Weather-wise, well, the showers have taken a break, light as they were over the course of the evening, or earlier today, taking a break this evening. They're coming back, but mainly after 5 a.m. A lot of rain off to our west, way off to our west at this hour. A low of 41 tonight. We'll see those showers return during the overnight, and then, well, we'll see them come back just in time for your Saturday. I'm hoping they'll be more short-lived than not tomorrow, as we do have showers in the forecast, rain quite likely, and as of right now, mainly before 1 o'clock for the most of it. We'll see some lingering showers thereafter, and only a slight chance up until the afternoon. So it's going to be short-lived, and much of it will be hopefully before we even see the crack of dawn when our eyes break tomorrow. But a daytime high of 52, and like I said, things hopefully drying up just a bit for your Saturday. It's not going to be an all-day event, not going to be a major rain player. It's just going to be a little wet early. After that, it's going to be quite warm. Mostly cloudy skies, though, are going to continue to hang above, says your Licking Valley RECC forecast. But mostly sunny above Sunday, not quite as warm, but 47 and mostly sunny sounds like a keeper to me. I think a few clouds late might even be pushing it. I think we might even see continued mostly clear skies. I'm hoping for late into your Sunday night. And then Monday, we'll continue the 50s for a little while longer. And then we see another return of some winter weather just around the corner. But for now, with the exception of a few light to moderate showers very early in the morning and through the early afternoon, possibly you've got a really decent weekend ahead. Certainly a vast improvement. For now, that's my time. Thank you all so much for being a part of it. Here's to next week being a better week for all of us, weather and otherwise. For now, thank you for tuning in, and we'll see you then. Good night.